Taosho Buddha live from Potomac in Washington, D.C. Enlightenment, your nature. Nothing is needed to be enlightened. Indeed, nothing is needed for enlightenment because this is your nature. Enlightenment is your natural state. It is not something that has to be created or has to come to you. If you are manufacturing something new, then many things are needed. If you are not manufacturing anything new, then what else could be necessary? What else could be needed? You are enlightened. How can anything be needed then? The only difference is you are oblivious of it. So the idea that you know all that is needed to be enlightened becomes the obstruction in your way. Nothing is needed to be enlightened. Nothing is needed to be known to be enlightened. It is already there, it surrounds you. It is not a realization, it is only a recognition. Not realization but recognition. It is not that you have to make efforts to bring it. All that you need is not to make any effort. Drop all efforts and suddenly it is there. For long Buddha made all kinds of efforts, but nothing happened. You cannot see it because you are constantly making efforts to see it. Your very effort to see it becomes a barrier. You cannot say as those times, am I enlightened? You are enlightened all the time. Not when you hear me, not when you read something from Diamond Sutra, not only in those moments. You are all the time enlightened because it is your nature. From the very beginning to the end, you remain enlightened. You can go on deceiving yourself that you are not, as long as you want. But all the same, you are enlightened. It is like a man who is pretending to be a woman in a drama. He is all the time a man. He can go on pretending. Sometimes he may even forget it. If he is a good actor, a really good actor, he may get into the idea and forget about it. For a few moments you may think that he is a woman, but again and again he will know that he is a man deep within. That remembrance that he is a man deep within remains like a substratum, and he is acting on the stage that he is a woman. It is a miracle that you forget that you are enlightened, that you go on forgetting it, but you are enlightened indeed. Remember, enlightenment is not a quality, that is going to happen to you in some distant future. You have brought it with you from the very beginning. But there are many obstructions along its revelation, along its recognition. It is in your breathing, in your heartbeat. It is the stuff that you are made of. If you think that sometimes you are enlightened and other times you are not, then you are not enlightened. The day you know you are always enlightened, then you are enlightened. Once you have felt the enlightenment, it is always there surrounding you like an aroma, like a fragrance, like a presence. Still you can go on playing 1,001 games. I am playing, Buddha is playing, but that does not make any difference. Then it is with full awareness the game is being played. It does not entangle or imprison in any way. Once you play a game, knowing that it is a game, then there is no problem at all. Then you can be in the world, and then you can be whatsoever you enjoy to be, but deep down you know you are not that. Deep down you remain far away. You become a lotus flower that grows in the water, and yet water does not touch it. It grows in the mud, but mud does not defile it. Superficial knowings can never become beingness. Even deep and profound knowing can never become beingness. Knowledge itself remains an obstruction. Knowing can never become being, superficial or profound. Never make distinctions like these. These are the tricks of the mind that it goes on playing again and again. It is the knowledgeable mind. You will have to be aware. The more aware you are moment to moment, and you keep on collecting these moments of awareness, the sum total of this explodes as enlightenment. Mind is very cunning. It can accept many things and again bring them back from the back door. It says, right, I perfectly agree with you. How can superficial knowledge give you enlightenment? That is not possible. I will show you the way how to get profound knowledge. How to get profound knowledge. What would you do to get profound knowledge? It will be superficial again, because knowledge is superficial. At the most, you will have some superficial knowledge. The quality will grow, and through the quantity you will have the illusion that you are becoming profound. You may go into deeper details, but such details never lead you to depth. You can know one thing about one thing or 1,000 things about that one thing. It makes no difference. Knowledge is about and about. Knowledge never hits the target. It never reaches the target, The target is reached only by being, and to be knowledgeable has to be dropped absolutely, totally, with no conditions, with no choice that it is good, keep it, or it is bad, drop it. It is profound, keep it, and that is not profound, drop it. If you keep anything of knowledge, you will remain unenlightened. And the wonder of the wonders is that you are enlightened and you go on remaining unenlightened. It is said that science is an effort to know more and more about less and less. If you go on and on with this approach, you know more and more about less and less. What will be the end then? The end will be that you know all about nothing. That will be logical conclusion. I would like to say that religion is just the opposite approach. To know less and less about more and more. And what will be the ultimate result? One day, you go on knowing less and less about more and more. And one day you know nothing about all. And that is the experience to know nothing about all. That is what I call ignorance. In the Hindu scriptures, there is nothing that can be known. You have to unlearn everything. There is a story comes about sage Udalak. He sent his son Shwetketu to a master to learn. He went. He spent many years in the company of the master. He learned all the scriptures. Then one day the master said, "You have learned all that is to be learned." Shwetketu was very happy that now his education is complete. He is going back to his father. When he reached near the place, the father was watching from the window the way he was walking. The child Shwetketu touched the feet of the father and said, "I have learned," the master said. Father said, "No, you have not learned anything." How can that be possible? The master said that I have learned everything and you are saying that I have not learned. You have to go and learn all that which cannot be learned, all that cannot be taught. He goes back to the master and he says, "My father says I have not learned anything. Now I have to learn all that which cannot be learned." He said, "That is an altogether different realm." He told Shwetketu, "Take these a few cows with you, go deep into the forest, stay there until the cows become 1,000, then you return." He went deep into the forest. When you are knowledgeable, you know something. That knowledge keeps on encroaching upon you to share with someone. You have read something, you found it interesting, You pick up the phone and call all your friends.